Hi, hey, it's Peace and Harmony with you here today. Checking in and really focusing in on covert narcissistic withdrawal. I find I get a lot of messages, a lot of inquiries about essentially the experience of the covert narcissist withdrawal, whether a person essentially is shutting them out, withdrawing. Excuse me for a second. Really retreating, really reticent, very aloof, and they feel like this person is really uninvolved, extremely passive in their life, and they don't really know why. They don't know if it's anything that they've done to create this sort of withdrawn, sort of aloof behavior. But generally, and what I find is that most people who are involved with a covert narcissist and they experience this really profound withdrawal where the person is essentially shutting them out, not communicating with them, not acknowledging them. Hi, how are you? How's your day today? Sitting there in their presence, having eye to eye contact. A pat on the back, a hug, a kiss, an acknowledgement, of them fully as a human being. I find that this is one of the most violating experiences that people who are involved with a covert narcissist experiences. They tend to internalize this withdrawal as if it's something that they had done. So they feel people, who are quote unquote, their supply or their significant others or what have you, they tend to internalize this manipulation tactic and internalize it as it's something that they have done wrong, that it is their shortcoming, it is something that is internally flawed with themselves, something about them is not attractive, something about them is not desirable, something about them is lacking, that they're not intelligent enough, they're not good looking enough, they're not a valuable person. And so the people who are in the environment of this covert narcissist tend to then perpetuate this. Especially what's grueling is that it's oftentimes perpetuated on a subconscious level. So it's not always registered consciously, like, it might be a little bit like, why are you ignoring me? Or why are you not talking to me? Why are you shutting me out? Why are you not attending to me? Why are you not guiding me? But oftentimes, this is sometimes acknowledged on a conscious level, but it's more oftentimes interpreted and instilled and internalized on an internal level. So what's really happening then is that in the mindset of the victim, the quote-unquote supply, the person who maybe now has become codependent, which means they're just basically walking on eggshells to satisfy them, keep them happy, always wonder, what's wrong with you? Is there something that you need? Attending to them above all else, 24/7, to the detriment or to the infuriating of themselves. In other words, a subjugating of them lower than the status or the importance of this covert narcissistic individual, which of course is in error, which of course is a lie. You're not less important than them. You are as important. There's, nothing makes them more important. I mean, even if you're married to them, you're dating them, they're a business associate, it doesn't make them more important. So you need to really understand that, and that perhaps if you've accepted this or internalized this, that you're less than, that you're not important, that they're more important than you, and you're really not worthy, that you've internalized this sense of, shame, you need to identify this and correct this, because it's very natural, though, to feel that it is your responsibility if the covert narcissist is withdrawing or shutting you out or retreating, going to, really reduce the amount of communication that they have with you, and leaves you always kind of with a pit in your stomach, feeling that there's something wrong. What did I do? What's wrong with me? So especially kids too, they tend to really internalize this experience, like that they have done something wrong to upset dad, or they've done something wrong to upset mom. And, you know, then they work to constantly try to then give attention to the parent and almost parent them. And it tends to destroy their own, you know, innocence, where they have to look to satisfy their parents' needs rather than their own needs, and direct their own life and be supported really the way it should be, where the parents are supporting and encouraging and guiding the children. Oftentimes it's the other way around, that the kids are supporting, encouraging, and directing the parent, especially the covert narcissist. They, in essence, get them working for them. They, in essence, get them caring about them more than themselves. So it can be very debilitating, destructive, and really, you know, create a role that is very disempowering, and can lead to a lot of disease and depression, anxiety, but even more so a constant state of low self-esteem and concern, that self-doubt, which on a chronic basis can lead to creating an environment for disease in the physical body itself. So when there's this chronic sort of low self-esteem, what's wrong with me, is, you know, what have I done wrong, that this sort of anxiety and self-doubt begins to permeate the neuropeptides into the body and create essentially a chemical breakdown of the healthy, healthy natural mechanisms that are taking place within the cells. And so this creates a breakdown of, you know, healthy neurotransmitter and in the mind, and then furthermore into the body, you know, into the DNA itself, and causes a certain breakdown and then a weakness in the body, which then erupts as depression, anxiety, the feeling in the body of being uncomfortable, a lot of aches, pains, insomnia, you know, a breakdown of the immune system. So the prevalence then in creation of fibromyalgia, lupus, these rheumatoid arthritic conditions, osteoporosis, you know, furthermore into cancer, you know, a lot of your joint issues. So realize that oftentimes the origin has a lot of triggers emotionally. So it's very serious and definitely worth attending to, and realizing that it's so important to utilize those tools that we have been discussing of personal empowerment here, we describe in the channel, so you can be conditioned by a healthy vision of yourself rather than an unhealthy or unreal one that was set up for you by the covert narcissist. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.